I welcome you all for the video lecture on machine learning techniques. In this video, we are going to see about the types of machine learning. First, I need to define about machine learning. Machine learning, it is the capability of a machine by explicit programming that machine can make predictions or decisions based on the patterns that learn from the data. So types of machine learning: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning. We see one by one. Supervised machine learning. Here, the learning that can be done by labeling of input data. Input data will be given with sub labels. That means supposing we are having a tomato, it will be in yellow color, red color and green color. So we are giving the data like if it is somewhat round, yellow or red or green with some green leaves on the top, it is a tomato. If it is green chili, it will be somewhat lengthier than tomato. So if it is lengthier, it is identified as green chili. It can be also in various colors like green, yellow or red. So like that. So we are labeling our input data in supervised learning. All those will be given to our algorithm, and it will process and it will make a model. And if you are giving some input, here tomato is given, so it is round in shape and yellow in color with green leaves on the top. So the model will identify it as a tomato. If it is given as a lengthier one, it will be identified as a chili. So based on the labeling of input data, the algorithm makes the predictions. It is called as supervised learning. So here two learning algorithms like classification and regression. Some of the applications are spam mail detection, medical diagnostics, and stock prediction. That is spam mail detection, whether it is mail is spam or not. Supposing we are having the value that is wordings like hurry, you have won, so you have identified as a right person. So something, if you are having some of the words like this, it will be identified as spam detection. Medical diagnosis, normal or abnormal classifications, stock predictions. So stock prediction comes under regression. So these are some of the supervised learning machine learning techniques. So in supervised machine learning techniques, we are having an feature set of x which have 1 comma 2. So 1 comma 2 plotted, 2 comma 3, 2 comma 3 plotted, 3 comma 3. So likewise all those things were plotted under the y label, which have the classes 0 class and 1 class. So all these input and class labels will be given to the model, and it will predict it. And after that, that prediction in SVM, we have support vectors. That support vectors is to maximize the hyperplane between the labels. So it have separated the class 1 and class 2. These are class 1 and class 2. So based on the support vectors, it has identified the classes. The support vectors are plotted here, here and here. That is the data that was has minimum distance from the hyperplane. It is called a support vector. So it has identified the classes. So class 1 belong to this 0th class. Class 2 belongs to this 1 labels. So 1. So this is how supervised learning will be there. And unsupervised learning, we have unlabeled data. There is no labeling of data. Based on the clustering and dimensionality reduction, it will make the unsupervised learning. For example, we have some feature extraction, image compression, all those things. That is input data. It has a lot of orange dots, green dots, blue dots, all those things as input data. Based on the Similarity. So this dot is orange in color. It is bigger in size than the nearest one. So based on some similarities, it will identify itself as a separate class. So like that we are having unsupervised learning. So here clustering is there. So clustering is that the distance between the two datas it has identified, and the minimum distance between the which are around that particular data, it is classified as one cluster. So like that it have identified it as one class, and here it is one class. So to identify this class in clustering, we have centroids. So this is a centroid. So this centroid near to the data sets, all that belongs to one class. This centroid and near to all those centroid, there is another data set. So in this manner, it will classify that unsupervised learning. We have not given any classes here. So as like in supervised learning. Reinforcement learning based on the interaction with the environment and the rewards and the penalties it have. The reinforcement learning works, the input data and the environment. If it has identified as an best positive result, a reward will be taken. If it is the negative result achieved, that is accuracy is low, then it will make it as an penalty and re-go to your environment and make some of the predictive analysis models, and it will go for the output. So in that manner it will make some analysis and reinforcement learning. So in this manner it will learn by itself. And this reinforcement learning will be an one such application in the autonomous vehicles, where it can make an decision through trial and error methods. Then it is a summary table, that is supervised, unsupervised, semi-supervised, and reinforcement learning. Supervised, it has labeled data. Unsupervised, unlabeled data. Semi-supervised, it is in between the labeled and unlabeled. Some of the data sets will be partially labeled there. And reinforcement based on the reward and penalty basis. So examples of supervised learning, it is spam reduction, and unsupervised customer clustering. Semi-supervised, some of the medical applications. Reinforcement learning, that is robust navigation, autonomous cars, and like self-driving cars, self-driving drones are some of the examples of reinforcement learning. Try to answer these review questions. Thank you.